Welcome, mamas, to our prenatal flow today. My name is Jadine Laniato. I'm very excited to hold space for you and guide you through this journey. So we are going to be working on connecting with the intuition of our bodies today. So whatever that means in your body on your journey, we are here to support whatever you will need. So you might want to grab blocks or bolsters and just have them accessible to you. Take care of yourself, whatever you need for the duration of our time together. If you need to use the restroom, if you need to lie in child's pose, whatever it is, the invitation is open for you to take care of yourself. So we'll just begin. I'm sitting now in easy seat with my legs crossed. If this doesn't feel comfortable for you, you might come and prop yourself up on a bolster, some kind of support. Maybe it's a rolled up towel or even a pillow. And the idea is we want our spine to be straight but relaxed, and just gently guide the shoulders up and away from the ears. And we'll begin to close the eyes together here. Or you can lower the gaze and find a point in front of you, a drishti point. And we'll just check in here with the breath. So starting to bring oxygen in through the lungs. And then on the exhale, just feel a release. Good, and we'll take a couple more of those, breathing in deeply, filling the lungs all the way up. And on the exhale, that release. Another breath in. If you would like to place a hand maybe on the belly to connect with baby, you can feel free to do that. Or if not, you can keep the hands on the knees. But just a couple more breaths at your own pace, just noticing what's happening in the body in this moment. You may notice the quality of the mind in this moment. So what are you coming into the space with? And whatever it is, we welcome it, and then we send it on its way, and we come back to the breath. And then you might notice if there are any physical sensations in the body today, maybe scanning from the toes up through the legs, through the hip points, through the belly. You can maybe bring a hand up to the heart and connect with any sensations there. Notice the shoulders, the throat, the face, and the top of head. Just seeing what's there. We acknowledge the sensations, and then we just bring the breath back, come back to the breath. And then we'll let that physical body scan go, and we'll come back to the state of our spirit today. You can keep the hands where they are, maybe you return them back. Just notice how the spirit feels in this moment. Holding and accepting whatever it is, however it is you're coming to the space. Just knowing, Mama, that your journey is yours and it is unique and it is beautiful, whatever it is. So bringing that radical acceptance and that radical gratitude into our practice as well today. We'll practice a 3-part breath to just bring some more awareness to the different places of the body, making sure that we're bringing as much oxygen as we can to provide fresh circulation, fresh oxygen into the places and spaces of our body. So with 3-part breath or yogic breath, we'll inhale to fill up the belly, the ribs, and the chest. And then on the exhale, we will release from chest, ribs, and belly. So again, if it's helpful, you might place hands on the different places, just an option, or you can keep the hands to the side. So we'll inhale to fill belly, ribs, chest, and then exhale, chest, ribs, belly. Again, inhale, belly, ribs, chest. Exhale, chest, ribs, belly. Inhale, belly, ribs, chest. And release, chest, ribs, belly. Perhaps taking 3 more cycles on your own if it feels okay. If not, you can just come back to the normal breath. Good, and then you can let that breath go. And without trying to change anything or do anything special, just let the breath do what it does, not trying to change anything. And we'll just take this moment to connect to our intention for practice today. The theme that I would like to offer is listening to the intuition of your body. So remembering you are your greatest teacher and your greatest advocate. And so there will always be opinions and thoughts and perspectives about what's best for us. And we are the ones who ultimately will get to decide. And so cultivating that power and remembering that inner strength that you have and that inner guidance and inner wisdom, we're going to be connecting with that throughout our practice today. And sometimes that can be difficult. And we acknowledge that, and we'll use the healing mantra, Mahamrit Unjaya mantra, the healing mantra, to reconnect with that healing energy and that power that is within us. And so you have the lyrics in front of you to reference. And I will first call out and you can follow after. Om Triambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushti Vardhanam Urvarukamiva Bandhanan Mrityor Mukshya Mamritat. Good. We'll take it a couple times together. Om Triambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim pushtivardhanam Urvarukamiva vandhanam Mrityormukshiyamamritat Om Triambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim pushtivardhanam Urvarukamiva vandhanam Mrityormukshiyamamritat Om Triambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim pushtivardhanam Urvarukamiva vandhanam Mrityormukshiyamamritat. One last time together. And this time we'll bring our hands to come together right at heart center. Om Triambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim pushtivardhanam Urvarukamiva vandhanam Mrityormukshiyamamritat. Beautiful, just connecting back with that intention, connecting with the wise God which is already inside. Good. And we'll begin here with a seated warm-up. So you can return the hands back down. We're going to take our right hand, we're going to place it onto the ground, and on our inhale, we'll lift the left arm all the way up, stretching the left side body here. Try to keep those shoulders forward. Torso is facing forward. We're strengthening the muscles on the left side body, our lateral muscles. You might even look up at the fingers, perhaps down. Just notice what feels best. Good. And then we'll gently come back, bringing that left arm down, and we'll switch. Inhale, lifting right arm all the way up. This time stretching the lateral muscles on the right side body. Gaze can be up at the fingertips or down to the mat. Just notice what feels best for you. It might feel best to even close the eyes. Last breath here. And exhale to come back down. We'll take that once more. Inhale, up through the left side body, stretching up. Good. Exhale back down. Inhale, bring right arm up. Good. And then exhale back down. Beautiful. From here, we're going to walk the hands gently in front of us, just coming to a kneel in whatever way is comfortable for you. So it doesn't necessarily need to be graceful. We're going to come to a kneel. And if it would be supportive for you to bring a rolled towel, maybe fold the edges of the mat to come up onto the knees. So we're just kneeling. Notice how it feels to have the knees where they are. Might be more comfortable to bring them a little bit wider depending on where you are in your journey. And then from here, we're just going to start some pelvic undulations. So important to be aware of our pelvic floor, working those muscles. We'll ease into it. So just really gently and just kind of rotating the pelvis around. Just starting to find a groove that feels good for you. And then if it feels better to start making that a little bit more pronounced, you You can feel free to do that. Again, connecting with the intuition of the body. Good. And then we'll pause here just for a moment and take a breath in. Good. And then this time we're going to take that pelvic undulation gently, starting with smaller circles, other direction. All about balance. Noticing the breath, noticing the sensations in the body. And as it feels good, you can start to make that a little bit more pronounced, depending on what you need today. Good, and we'll come back to center. Preparing to transition to our gate pose here. A couple of options and ways to get there. We can come down onto the hands, just being mindful of where we are. And then we can bring the right knee to come bend out. If you have a block, that's always a helpful support. That might be helpful in assisting and aiding you to prop back up. And so this is one option for gate pose. Another option would be to send the right leg all the way out, maybe using that block to help to lift you up. And so depending where you are, whether you're with the bent knee or out, coming back to the lateral side muscles, lifting that left arm up, and again, stretching back over the side body. Good. Beautiful. One more breath here. And then just like a windmill, we'll come bring the arms back down. And then from here, we're going to bring those arms back to the floor and gently walk back into that kneeling position. And for our other side, we'll just do the opposite. So you might come up, bring the left foot out, and then lifting up here, guiding yourself up to gate on the left side. Or if you want to bring the leg long all the way, and then gently bringing hands up to achieve that balance. And here we'll take right side body. And again, just noticing both sides, never judging or offering a critical voice, just finding that awareness of what the body's telling us here. Good, and then gently coming back up, windmilling those arms back down onto the block or the floor, walking yourself here. We're going to transition into our cat-cow. So for cat-cow, we've already got the knees on the floor. We're just going to bring right hand under right shoulder, left hand under right shoulder, left hand or left knee under left hip, and then right knee under left hip. So we don't want to be here or here yet. We're just kind of finding that flat back tabletop pose here. Good. And so for our cat-cow pose, we'll inhale to lift the head and gently lift the tailbone up. And then on our exhale, really gently, just opposite movement, just bringing the shoulders down, but be mindful not to crunch the belly. So we don't want to do the full expression. We're just warming the spine up here. So inhale comes up, tailbone comes up. Exhale. Shoulders down, tailbone points down. So go ahead and take a couple of those at your own pace. And if this isn't feeling comfortable, You can always just bring yourself down to come to child's pose at any moment through the practice. So again, you are your best teacher. Good, and then we'll come back to this neutral spine. And then from here, we're going to press the hands into the floor. We're going to press the bottoms of the feet in, and we're going to come to our first downward facing dog. So this is the first time we're here. So just move as the body is being called. So our elbows are gently rotating forward. If heels don't touch, that's okay. It might feel better to bring the feet a little bit wider here. So just notice what you need. You can feel free to take up as much space as you need on your mat. Good, and then from here, we're going to walk the hands gently to the back of the mat. So use the strength of the arms, use the strength of the core to bring you back, and you'll find yourself here. If you would like to bring that block to help you to come up, have that block under you, and then you can bring one hand to the hip, and then the other hand here. I'm just going to adjust the screen here. All right. So from here, we're going to come to our Tadasana, which is just mountain pose. So in mountain pose, we really want to feel grounded. Notice all the four corners of the feet, the corner of the right foot, the corner of the left foot, the right heel, and the left heel. And then within the right foot, notice the left corner. Notice the right corner. And notice the corner by the heel in the right foot, really grounding down. And then notice the left corner of the left foot. Good. And here we'll connect now with the left foot. Noticing the left corner in the left foot, feeling where that is on your mat. Feeling the right corner. And now the left corner by the heel. And the right corner by the heel, connecting with the whole foot on the left side. Good. Just knowing how grounded and supported you are in this moment, with the support of the earth under you, the support of the mat, and support of your body. You are able to do so much here. And so here together, we'll inhale to lift the arms all the way up. And then our exhale will bring us back to heart center. Maybe reconnecting with that intuition, reconnecting with whatever your intention was, breathing that in. Good, and then exhale, bringing those hands back down. Beautiful. If you have any props on your mat, you might set those to the side. We're going to walk to the top of the mat, still in our Tadasana. And from here, we'll just inhale the right leg and then step it to the back. Just finding that balance here, setting up for your Vajrasana 2, Warrior 2. So for Warrior 2, we want the heel to be parallel from the back right foot. Back right foot is about 45 degrees. And then we're going to gently bring the knee to bend so that the knee falls right on top of the ankle. And you get to decide your stance. So depending on where you are, just kind of connect with what you need. And then once the feet are grounded, once the knee is bent, we've externally rotated the left knee. We're going to now bring the arms to come out, nice and strong. Beautiful. So here you should feel the strength that you are bringing into this space, into the journey. You can turn the gaze to come out over the left middle finger. Be mindful to notice the shoulders. They might have already scrunched up, so just go ahead and release those back down. Beautiful. And we'll take some breaths here, just feeling how grounded you are from the feet. You might feel or imagine that there was a sensation of bringing both of the energetic fields from the left and the right foot kind of together, but nothing should be painful. So you can always adjust if that's the case. Good. And then from here, from Warrior Two, you're going to drop the right hand on the back of the leg and we'll lift up. So for your reverse warrior. And so again, be mindful if we're dumping or are we keeping our shoulders back so that heart can shine. Maintaining the bend in that left leg. Beautiful, so strong. Good, a breath in. Good, and then exhale, we'll come back down on the other eye. This time we're gonna lay the left arm to prop on top of the left leg. Again, notice if you're dumping or can you hold that shoulder open depending on where you are here. And then if it feels okay, you can add the right arm to come underneath. We don't want to be dumping, right? We want to feel our strength. We want to be able to lift that left arm up. So feel your strength, mama. Good, we'll be here for 3. Find that breath, 2. And 1. Good, returning back here, lifting ourselves up. We'll bring our hands to our hips and then just pivoting the left leg, the left foot forward. So I'm kind of readjusting a little bit. I went from toes being out forward, and now I'm gonna just kind of bring my heels in a little bit. We're preparing for Goddess Squat. Really, really powerful to continue working on that pelvic floor, preparing us for our birth. And so for Goddess Squat, we're simply going to be bending both knees and then coming down. And then we'll come back up. So you can keep the hands at the hips. Maybe it feels good to add cactus arms. So breath in, and then on the exhale, just squatting down. Again, feeling that power, feeling the expansion of the heart. Shoulders are back, good, and then coming up, beautiful. Breath in, and then out, we'll take our goddess. Good, so you're gonna kind of do this at your own pace, mama. Listen to your body. You get to decide. We're not gonna be going a full squat here, so just thinking about 60 to 70% is typically what's recommended when we're doing our prenatal, right? Because there's a lot of relaxin that's happening, that's being produced, and we might feel, super, super flexible, super elastic, which is beautiful, but we just want to be mindful that we're not pushing our bodies further than is most supportive, right? But you listen to yourself, you listen to what your body needs. Good, so that's our goddess. We'll just do 3 more wherever you are. Beautiful. And then we'll return the hands back down, kind of shimmy back, and then shake it out a little bit. Maybe there's a stretch or something that would feel best for you, rolling the toes in circles. Just kind of shake it out. Beautiful. All right, and we're now going to come and take the other side. So just coming back to your Tadasana. I'm just going to come to the other side of the mat so that I can still face you. This time we're going to lift the left leg and send it back. Okay, so left leg here, we want to get the feet really planted and grounded before we add in the bend. So here, right toes are facing forward, heel is parallel to the middle of the left foot, which is at a 45-degree angle. And then from here, we're going to add the knee bend. Yes. So just add that knee bend. Knees dropped over ankle. Our hips are facing the wall in front of us. And once you're grounded and you feel good and supported, we'll add those arms. Again, notice where the arms are. Maybe you can relax them down. And then add the gaze forward. Beautiful. This is a different side, so just notice what's coming up. Notice what's there. Breathing in and breathing out. Beautiful. So noticing the right knee, which is externally rotated, and we're still feeling that inner tension between the left and the right in our hips here. So we're working a lot. We're working our full body here. Arms are active. Our hips are active. Our feet are grounded. So just notice how it feels to be so supported in this moment. 2 breaths more here. Good, and then here we're going to drop the left hand back to the left thigh and come up, painting the sky. You can gaze up at the fingertips or down, keeping that bend in the right leg. Good. Breath in and back out. Back in and back out. Good. And then again, we'll, just like our other side, like a windmill, we'll rotate. This time the right arm comes over to the top of the right leg. And if it feels okay, you can add the left arm to come over. And so we don't want to be dumping into our weight. We still want to be able to lift that right arm back up. And then notice if the heart is dumped or open. And we'll take just a couple of breaths here, feeling your strength, mama. Feeling that even in places of stress and tension, we can find the breath. So practicing that now, finding the breath. Good. Unraveling, we'll come back up, lifting that up, and then straightening that leg. And just like we did before, heel toe back just a little bit, coming into our Goddess Squat once again. So for Goddess Squat, maybe you want to make this one a little bit more dynamic with movement. That's just an option. If you just want to take regular Goddess Squat, again, we're just coming down, strengthening the pelvic muscles, and then coming back up. If you'd like to make it a little bit more dynamic, maybe you come down. You may bring the hands to the back of the neck and just gently coming over through the left and the right side bodies. Beautiful. So you decide, right? Listening to the intuition of your body. Does it feel better to just kind of go up and down? Are you in child's pose, which is also an option, right? If the The body's calling for rest right now. Take what you need. We'll just be here for 10 more breaths. So you take whatever it is that you need. Maybe it's a combination. Just so in our body. Go ahead and as you're finishing up with your last Malasana, with your last Yogi Squat, we're going to come back up, bring the arms to the side, heel toe the hands back in, and then we'll take a big shake and we'll just kind of walk around. However it feels, whatever feels best for you. Maybe you wave the arms just a little bit. However the body needs. You might do Frankenstein arms. Just kind of walk that out. Fantastic job. Beautiful. And then from here, we're going to practice some standing balancing poses. So we'll begin with our tree pose. Again, regrounding into that mountain pose, connecting with the feet under you, connecting with the two palms facing forward, and this gesture of receiving energy. Good, and then from here you might shift the weight a little bit onto the right foot and decide to what degree will you be in your tree today. Maybe it's just ankle on or heel on ankle, right? If you're feeling really heavy today and maybe dizzy or balance is feeling like not really accessible for you today, this is a great place to be. If you are feeling like you want to incorporate a little bit more balance, you can always bring the heel up to the space in between the knee and the ankle, or maybe you come all the way up for this expression, and then hands can come to the center of the chest, or maybe hands are in cactus, right? So you decide what feels best with your hands. And just notice this spectacular skill of remaining balanced no matter where you are, no matter what variation of this pose you are, cultivating this sense of balance and just knowing how that feels. Good. Last big breath here. And then the exhale, release. And then we'll slip the left leg down. Good, and then you can kind of shake that out a little bit. I like to incorporate that. Just releasing, however that was for you, you can let it go, let it go, let it go. We're going to take the other side. So coming back to Tadasana, regrounding, breath in, arms up. Good, exhale through the center. And we come back down, shifting the weight into the left this time. Bringing maybe knee or heel to ankle. Maybe to the lower part of leg. Or maybe upper. And again, deciding where the arms are. Maybe you take the arms behind you. Connecting them there. Whatever it is that you need. And if balance feels difficult, of course, and you're near a wall or a ledge, you can always use that, right? You don't need to be shy. Take what you need without feeling that extra layer of judgment, right? Your body, your journey, take what you need. Allow yourself to be supported. Last breath here. Good. We're going to bring the right leg to come down. And then you can shake that out. And we're going to take both of those one more time, this time adding a little bit of dynamic movement. So here we're coming to shift onto the right side, decide where you are. We will open up those arms to our cactus, and then we're just going to add some swaying, right? We're going to add a little bit of movement, a little bit of potential chaos to our maybe peace, right? That might come as will come in life. And so even with this movement or unexpected winds that will blow our direction, just notice the feet. The feet are grounded, right? As you can be. Even in the storms. Good. And you can let that go, bring the arms back down. Shake that out on the left side. Good. And last position of our tree, just taking the other side now. So getting yourself set up in whatever way feels best for you. We'll come to our cactus arms and then just adding that sway, right, to your degree. Adding that sway. That chaos that is inevitable will always be there, but so will the breath, right? Coming back to that feeling of groundedness that we can cultivate. Beautiful. And then we can bring the arms down, bring that right leg down, and we can let that go. Again, we'll just kind of like walk that out. Take a moment to walk it out. You can grab some water. Beautiful. We're going to come back to our mat. You can grab a block because we are going to be coming down to Malasana. So the block is there if needed. We're going to come back to kind of what we did with our goddess squat, where the knees are closer and the 2 feet are pointing out at a 45-degree angle. And then from here, we'll bring our hands together, or maybe you just have the hands at the hips. Notice what feels best for you. We're going to just come down into our Yogi Squat. I do have a block behind me, so feel free to prop yourself up on that block for Malasana here. Right, whatever you need. See if you can bring the 2 elbows inside of the knees, and then let's bring our hands to heart center. Reconnecting. And this is a very powerful birthing pose that has been utilized for thousands of years. And so taking this opportunity to connect with baby, connecting with the body, finding the breath. Good. And we're going to add some breath work, some called V breath. And we will do that as we're in our Malasana shape to remind us that we can actually downregulate the nervous system using the breath and using vocal toning. And so for our B breath, it's an inhale, and then it's an exhale, and we're going to make like a kind of like a buzzing bee would. And we'll just feel that through the throat. So it's an in breath, and then the out breath is a Let's take a couple of those together. Breath in. Letting that Brahmari breath or B breath go. And then to shift out of our Yogi Squat or Malasana, we're going to bring the hands down and walk heel toe the feet together. And then just kind of bring myself off of the prop, only to come back down right onto the mat. We're going to move into our wide-legged forward fold. And if it feels better for you to be propped up on a bolster, of course you can grab for that. And so for wide-legged forward fold, we're going to lift up through the shoulders, right? And then this might be enough for you, which is totally beautiful. If you would like to add another variation, you can bring the two hands back down to the ground and then just gently hinge forward, right? We don't want to crunch the belly. So just a gentle hinge forward, feeling a little bit of that stretch on the hamstrings and releasing a little bit of pressure from the low back. We'll be here for a couple of breaths, so take a moment to let this sink in. Beautiful, Mama. We're going to then come back out of this, gently walking those hands back up. Good, and then we'll bring the left leg to kind of bend, depending on where you are, right? So you get to decide how close the heel will be to the inside of the hips. And then from here, we're going to do a revolved head to knee. So instead of being forward, we're going to just kind of revolve over towards the right. Now our shoulders are facing the foot. And maybe we stay here. Or maybe again, we walk forward just gently, feeling that stretch through the left hip, through the right leg. And just a couple of gentle breaths here, reconnecting with the body, noticing the right side. Beautiful. Walking up, up, up. We'll bring that left leg to come back out straight. And then just a switch, right. leg bends to come in. Get yourself grounded. We're going to revolve towards the left foot. Inhale. And then on our exhale, we're going to bend forward. So you get to decide. Again, we want to avoid crunching the belly. Just a couple of breaths here, noticing if there's anything on the left side. Beautiful. And you can gently walk yourself back up using those hands. This time we're going to bring the left leg to bend and meet us. I have my 2 blocks as a support to place under the knees. Notice if that would feel supportive for you. You can decide if you want them on baby bear, mama bear, or papa bear height. I'll probably keep mine on mama bear. And from here, we're just going to kind of continue to release some of that tension through the hip flexors. And so you can decide how close the heels are to the hips. The further away, the less intense of a sensation you might experience. So keep those shoulders down and back. You can bring hands in a gesture to receive, or maybe keep them turned on if you're feeling a little bit more introspective in this moment. Beautiful, mamas. So the invitation is to stay where you are. And we're actually going to add a bolster to the back. So you might need to kind of swivel around a little bit. We're going to kind of come to this final restorative pose before we take our Shavasana. And if you would like this to be your Shavasana, that's the invitation. So if you would like this to be your Shavasana, you can keep everything where it was. I just kind of rotated my body on the mat and then place the bolster behind you. And if you have another pillow as well, you can also place that under here so that the bolster is just a little bit elevated. So you've got your 2 knees that are supported, and we are going to kind of melt here. So you can decide if you would like this to be your Shavasana. But we'll take this all together for just a couple of breaths. So beautiful. You can decide to stay here if you want, or if you want to roll onto the left side, mamas, you'll just lift those knees up if you are choosing to come to the left side. And you can use that bolster to repivot it so that you are supported, and you can just come to take your Shavasana here on the left side. So allow yourself to just sink into rest. Nowhere to be but here. Allow your body to fully relax after all of the wonderful work that you did in your Shavasana. Beautiful, beautiful. Coming back to the body. Feel the places that are connected with the earth. Feel the breath. Then we're going to bring the left hand and the right hands to frame the bolster if you're on the left side. And you're going to just gently push yourself up. If you were in your Baddha Konasana, bring the knees together, roll yourself onto one side, and then meet us here. Coming back to that easy seat, just finishing the way that we began. And we'll find our B breath, our Brahmari breath once more together here. So that's that inhale through the nose and then the exhale to feel that sound. We'll do 3 rounds together. Noticing the sensations in the feet, the ankles, the legs, the knees, the hips, the belly. Bringing both of your hands to touch and bringing them up to the heart, feeling the heart, the throat, the space between the 2 eyebrows and the crown. Bowing your head gently for this ancient practice that brings us together and allows us to connect our breath and our bodies. Sending you and baby so much love and just that reminder to connect and bring the practice of that grounding breath with you for the rest of your day. Thank you for being here. My name is Jadine. Namaste.